This is Steve from Boxing UK in association with Supreme CBD. Josh Taylor, what brings you to Manchester?
I don't know, I think there's some boxing event on this weekend, some apparently, so I think that's what I'm going to go to.
First of all, mate, how are you?
Yeah, good mate, yourself?
Very well, very well. Just, she'll kill us if I don't put it out. Jennifer says hello.
Aye, tell her says hello, aye. I've not seen her for a little while.
Eubank Smith this weekend. It's a massive fight, Josh, isn't it?
Yeah, big fight. I'm excited for it both as a boxing fan and, you know, obviously a fellow gym sort of teammate, as sort of say, with Liam as well, being in the sort of same camp. So I'm excited for it both ways, you know. I'm looking forward to it.
Is it a 50-50? Because the general public have said it's a 50-50, but if you look at the betting sites, it's Eubank's quite a heavy favourite. Can you state a case why Liam Smith's got every chance in this?
You see why it's kind of a 50-50, but for me I don't really think so. In terms of profile-wise and all that sort of thing, then yeah, but in terms of boxing, I think Liam is a much better boxer, you know, much more ability, much more experience, and just the all-round much better fighter, you know. So, but having said that, Eubank is very dangerous. He's quick. He can take a good punch. He's got power himself, you know. So his boxing ability sort of lets him down, you know. But that's what makes it exciting.
A lot's been made of Eubank's chin. So how does Liam Smith get the victory? Just dominate him over 12 rounds?
I just think he's just too cute. He's too experienced. He's too smart. If it's a boxing fight, it goes to Eubank, Liam all day. I just don't think Eubank's got the boxing the nuances to keep Liam off and to outbox him. I don't think he can do it. I think Eubank's chance is to get to Liam is, you know, by putting the pressure on and picking the pace up and throwing the combinations where he's in at close range, you know, and trying to pepper him and get off his combinations. I think that's Eubank's chances of beating Liam.
Just another fight I wanted to talk about very quickly, Josh. Joseph Parker's taken on Jack Massey, and the criticism is Jack Massey's a career-long cruiserweight who's fought at domestic level. Is this a dangerous fight for you?
Listen, they're big lads, you know, they're big lads, so it is a dangerous fight, you know. Obviously I think Parker will win it. I've not really seen too much of Massey, to be honest, so I can't really sort of give my opinion on it because I haven't really seen him box too much. So they're big lads, they're both well experienced, so at that weight anything can happen, you know. So of course it is a dangerous fight, but going just for obviously I know Parker and the experience and level he's been at, I would go for Parker, but anything can happen when the bigger lads are in the ring.
Two very quick ones, Josh, while I've got you. Fury Usyk, they've started chucking the comments at each other and the name calling. Do you think it happens this year? And if so, how do you think it goes?
I'd like to hope so. I'd like to hope so. You know, we'd like to. That's why we're in boxing, to be involved in these big fights and see them being made. You know, so yeah, I think, you know, obviously boxing's starting to fall a little bit behind the UFC in that regard, in terms of the big fights get made straight away with the UFC. You know, they're all fighting, they're having 3 and 4 fights each, and they're all cracking fights, and nobody's worried about protecting their zero and their record and things like that. You know, so it makes the sport exciting in that regard. So hopefully it can be made next year. I just think Fury's just a little bit too big for him. But having said that, I do think Usyk's style and his style of boxing and the way he moves will give Fury nightmares. But as Fury says as well, a good big one always beats a good little one. So I just think he's a little bit too big.
Last one, you touched on it there in regards to the popularity of boxing, Josh. What do you make of the whole YouTuber stuff? As a guy who's decorated boxer, been in it all your life, what do you make of the YouTube guys? Good, bad for boxing?
Listen, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not, like, you know, listen, it can be a little bit entertaining, fair enough on them. They're making good money, they're bringing sets of new eyes to the sport, but all this is snowballed into something else now. It's making an absolute mockery of the sport. You've got computer geeks acting like fucking hard man and saying this and saying that. And
can I just say, Josh, this is refreshing.
It's so cringeworthy. It's so cringeworthy, and they're making an absolute mockery of the sport. One of these guys are going to end up getting hurt because they don't know what they're doing. They get a couple of weeks training in, and they're acting like fighters and they're making a complete mockery of the sport. I'm all for it. I'm all for them making money and doing well and bringing entertainment, but do something else. They're turning boxing into wrestling, the WWE or the WWF or whatever it's called. Go into wrestling and act like a fucking clown. If you want to watch some clowns, go to the circus. It's no great for the sport in that regard. It's making an absolute mockery of it. You've got real fighters out there that are busting their guts in, day out, years upon years of hard graft, dedicating themselves to the sport. And some of them can't even get a fight. Most fighters can't even get a fight and struggling to pay their bills. And you got these clowns coming in and making absolute fortunes, which is fair enough. But they're making a complete mockery of the sport and what boxing's about.
Josh, I'm going to clip that out. That'll go on Twitter. I can guarantee you'll get so much praise for what you've just said there, because there's an awful lot of people buy into it. Thankfully, you're one of the ones like us. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So that's refreshing, mate.
Yeah, no, I don't buy into it at all. It's go into UFC if you want to act like a clown, or go into WWE or whatever it's called, the wrestling, the fake stuff. All these computer geeks and YouTubers and all that. They're going into watching these guys because they follow them doing whatever they're doing on YouTube. But go into wrestling for that kind of entertainment. Boxing's a serious sport where people can get hurt, and one of them are going to end up getting hurt because they don't know what they're doing.
Very last one on this one, Josh. If I give you a tenner and a bullet to your head, who wins the main event and how?
Oh, Smith, definitely. I've already said that. Smith. I just think he's all round a much better fighter and too much class, too much experience. But it will be an exciting fight. I don't think it will go all his own way. It's definitely a dangerous fight, but I can't see past Liam Smith, to be honest.
Josh Taylor, I really appreciate your time, mate.
No worries, mate. Cheers.
This is Steve from Boxing UK in association with Supreme CBD. Josh Taylor, what brings you to Manchester?
I don't know. I think there's some boxing event on this weekend. There's some apparently, so I think that's what I'm going to go to.
First of all, mate, how are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Yourself?
Very well, very well. Just she'll kill us if I don't put it out. Jennifer says hello.
Hi, tell her says hello. I've not seen her for a little while.
Eubank Smith this weekend. It's a massive fight, Josh, isn't it?
Yeah, big fight. I'm excited for it both as a boxing fan and obviously a fellow gym sort of teammate who's